inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy. To be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, feeding from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Adrenaline pressure, it's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key controlled by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap, only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got cash in the bag, stadium packed. For the rock star in this life, I'll live it up, I'll be attacked. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap, only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got cash in the bag, stadium packed. For the rock star in this life, I'll live it up, I'll be attacked. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap, only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
What is up, everyone? How are you doing? Are we doing good? Are we doing good? Tell me you're doing good. Are we doing good? Yeah, because apparently on this channel, we're on some T-channel shit. How y'all doing? Okay, I saw somebody talk good about my thumbnail. Who talked good about my thumbnail? I worked hard on this thumbnail. I actually had to take that Illuminati picture where it was a PNG with no background. I had to make a background that complemented the picture, and I was very proud with the colors that I chose. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you. I worked hard on this thumbnail. Review Tech USA covered this guy on some streams and interviewed him because MLD made fun of his defunct dating profile. MLD is a jerk. Let me tell you. MLD is a jerk. All right, so we're going to start with MLD first. Okay, just to let you know, you might hear some rumblings in the background. You know, because there is a storm coming through, but money, muscle, game frame. Spectre, what are you talking about? All right, anyway. All right, let me, I'm a little off kilter right now. Hold on, you have to excuse me because I had to take care of some stuff before. That's why I moved the live stream up an hour. Let me go get a drink and then we're going to get started, okay? Yeah, it's storming bad out here right now. Like, I feel like the thunder is going to roll into my house. All right, hold on one second. And the thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes down, down, down. Oh my God. I feel like I'm in the fucking song. Alright. Now, the first guy we are talking about, let me pull up his video and then I'll switch scenes.
Were they divorced?
Okay. So he has been on a media tour ever since he said what he said. Okay? And he shows everything here. Melena completely owned him. Destiny's wife completely owned him. Oh, Joe makeup for $4.99. Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. With the dad jokes. Okay, Joe. Midna said, my phone is going to die and I need my laptop. Don't start yet. What? That joke killed my grandma. It killed mine too. Good God. Okay, so this is MLD right here. This dashing man right here. All right. And we're going to watch a 6-minute video. It's called I'm Getting Canceled. And this is the first video we're going to watch.
Will they divorce, or do you want them to keep going in the relationship?
Keep going. You can't divorce. I mean, that's not a real
Okay,
thing.
it's not high enough. Hold
you
on.
can,
All these guys on the whatever podcast, I cannot stand any of them. Let's go 150. Yeah, 150 should do it. All right. All right, let's go.
Will they divorce, or do you want them to keep going in the relationship?
Keep going. You can't divorce. I mean, that's not a real thing. You can separate. See, his Catholic background shines through. He knows. You can't divorce. You can separate, but you can't actually divorce.
You gotta endure. People are too.
Beating your wife is a good reason for a divorce. Like, you can say, okay, well, I stuck through it and we figured out, and maybe you have, but
and we watched this video yesterday on members only.
expecting other people who are getting their ass beat to stay in a marriage where they're getting beaten up is crazy. Endure. People quit too easily nowadays. What? That's your response to somebody who's being physically beaten by their partner?
He is saying that, oh, if it's an abusive relationship, you have to endure. This is the problem with snowflake society now. Everyone's such a p***, so they'll ruin a marriage because they think they're so special. You absolute troglodyte.
Yes, 100%. Yes. Especially after watching the Abba and Preach video, he settled one assault charge out of court and has another one pending. Well, if those things are true, allegedly, if those things are true, well, then no wonder you don't understand why, in that case, a woman would leave if there's physical abuse. Obviously. Just saying.
It's not about being special. It's about not getting beat the up in a marriage.
But I think that this guy has no idea what I'm doing. Because if we were just objectively lay out what our brands are doing side by side, I irrefutably know that every single day I'm working hard with my members in my community.
Bro, why is your volume so low? Oh my God. Why is your volume so low? This is ridiculous. And you call yourself... Wait, is it low here? No, it's not.
To make these men better people. I'm getting these guys jobs. These people are losing weight. They're finding girlfriends. They're finding wives. Okay? These guys are struggling with traumatized issues that happened in their past that we're helping them get over.
Yeah, I know, Courtney. It has nothing to do with the subject today.
I know. My conscience is clear. This guy can sit here and pretend to be some moral authority and manipulate the public opinion of me by saying oh, this guy, because I guess what they're trying to say is if a man is continuously beating a woman in a relationship,
physical abuse, yeah.
Right. So they're trying to say that I'm saying that if a man is continuously beating a woman in a relationship, that he and
she
her should stay and endure the thing. That's not what I said at all. What I'm trying to say is that I think
she literally said physical abuse, and you literally said endure. Then she literally said, what if the wife cheats? And then you literally said crucifixion. Sir, do not try to mix words. Oh, but wait until he says what he says in the next video.
a lot of times, especially now in today's culture, where we're incentivized to divorce, women more so than men, and women are initiating 78% of these divorces on top of that. All I'm saying is that I think that a lot of these cases...
Okay, you know, I've been through a divorce, and I want to know, what was the incentivization of me getting a divorce? What was the incentive of me to get a divorce? Do you think I went through all that and paid for that marriage and all this other stuff to get divorced? What's the incentive of getting divorced? What are we talking about here? What's the incentive? I would really love to know. Thank you, Aiko. I appreciate it. Freedom. Eva's like, freedom. I mean, true. But, like, what's the incentive? You know, Pearly Things runs with this bullshit that we get paid to get divorced. We get paid by who? Hello? I mean, granted, I did my divorce without paying for a lawyer. Okay? Because I was like, nah, you paying for it. I ain't paying for nothing. But I mean, in most cases, the woman has to get a lawyer. She has to pay out. So what is she paying for? I mean, what's the incentive? The incentive is for lawyers. Divorce lawyers have an incentive for divorce because they're getting paid for it. Like, what? It makes no damn sense. Like, what the hell is this?
Are when people are just like, they're just giving up. Because back in the day, like, you didn't have the luxury of giving up. And if you just look at the data, when you do divorce, everybody gets messed up, and the kids are the ones that take the most damage. And I think that because
I guarantee you, kids take more damage being in a household where the parents don't love each other. They're and they're always arguing. And there may be if there's physical abuse, the kids would actually be better off if the parents divorced and they co-parented. I mean, even with just two parents not loving each other, you don't think the kid picks that up? You don't think that doesn't traumatize the kid? I mean, what? Are y'all dumb?
right now, America is kind of in this place where everybody's like, yeah, I'm this me individual person, and then like, I live my life this way, therefore everybody should accept me regardless of like the negative consequences that come with this lifestyle as well. Like, I know Destiny and Melina, is that her name?
Yeah.
Melina, they are an open relationship, but also has a 92% failure rate.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, yeah, well, it works for us. We're not saying it will work for you. Well, I mean, like, with a 92% failure rate, like, people are sitting around waiting.
Well, they also...
Well, I guarantee you would have a 92% failure rate in any fucking marriage because you don't sound like a stand-up guy. Just saying.
say that they wouldn't recommend that for other people, and that if you're going to have a child, don't do this. Like, they're very open about that. So that to me means there is an acknowledgement that what they're doing is not ideal, you know, in terms of longevity.
Right. And so going back to the guy trying to smear me here, right? That's not what I'm saying. And I think anybody who thinks that I would say for a man to continuously beat a woman and a woman just to, you know, buckle down and tolerate it, sister, like, that's not what I'm saying. So if anybody thinks
so, my takeaway was this from the exchange,
and I guarantee you her takeaway was horrible too. Listen, this is a whole network of people. Okay, this whole manosphere red pill shit on YouTube, they are literally a whole network of people. Just like Pearly Things has a whole network of people over there in the UK. Here in the United States, they're a whole network of people. Although homeboy here, he lives in Japan because he didn't want a Western woman. He went to Japan to not have a westernized woman. That's why he lives over there, because the women are so much better. Okay? Eva's like, why is it always the redheads? I mean...
I think the meat of what you were getting at, in my perception, was that people give up on relationships too easily these days.
Everything.
They have a fight, and suddenly they're on Instagram scrolling, and the ex-boyfriend from 20 years ago is brought back in because you see the past through rose-colored glasses. You have a fight, you know, any little conflict. People.
Okay, do people not know how to work on marriages anymore these days? I would say a good percentage of them, yes, because people do live by rose-colored glasses. However, if there is abuse in the relationship, whether towards the man or towards the woman, it doesn't matter. Towards one partner in that relationship, that partner should leave, because there is no damn way anybody should stay in an abusive relationship. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. I do not give a shit. If there's any kind of abuse in there, you should not be in that relationship. Because apparently, for abuse to be present, real love is not present. Because real love doesn't abuse. You do anything trying not to hurt that person. Get the hell out of here.
People feel like, oh, I have all these options. Part of that is technology because you've got everybody in your phone. There's never any disconnect from former relationships. It's a mess. So I heard that. I think also the issue of when it came up with abuse, I think the word abuse, like if somebody's being abused in my book, that situation needs to end. However, we're talking about physical abuse. However, I think about my grandparents and, my mom and I laugh about it, but my grandma used to chase my grandfather around the house with a loaf of Italian bread that was stale, and she'd be like, boom, boom, boom. And we all laughed about it, but in modern days, that would be like, that's abusive. It wasn't abusive then. It was like her, and every now and then she'd crack him one, to be perfectly honest. She was like a little Italian old lady. I never saw him hit her, but she'd crack him one, and it would be in mostly jest, but there was also like, there was some level of just, that was the culture. They were married forever until the day they died, and that I wouldn't, knowing them and seeing their situation, I wouldn't say that was abusive. So I think that word in and of itself, also when you talk about mental.
I don't know what it is, but the women in the manosphere piss me off more than the men. Thank you, Midna. Lady, culture can be abusive. Yes. Yes. Yes, it can be, actually. That's the whole point. That was the whole point of many movements, that the culture was fucked up. Hence the reason why we've had many different kinds of movements, because the culture was fucked up and abusive. I mean, come on.
Abuse, that word gets like very slippery slope. Like, is that someone who got into a fight once and said you're a jerk? Like, now that's mentally abusive. So I think what I heard from you is like, there's this slippery slope now. Everything is being called abuse. Maybe we should sit back and just remember to take our relationships seriously and only stop those relationships if there's really something going on that's damaging.
A partner being physically abusive even one time is damaging. That's to the man or to the woman. A partner being abusive to the other partner is damaging. And someone should not stay in it. Now, do many people do? Yeah, they do. But, you have all rights to walk away. You have all rights to walk away. You know what? You have the right. You know what? Bullshit. Let's be honest. You have the right to walk away if you don't like how they chew their food. Okay? In all honesty. You have the right to walk away for anything. But abuse? Absolutely. Now, if you got a problem with the way they chew their food, maybe you shouldn't have got married in the first place. Just saying. But
it's spot on, because like anybody who's dating right now, if you talk to a girl who recently broke up with a guy, what was he? He was a narcissist and he was toxic. Every single girl saying that 9 times out of 10.
Wait, are you talking about your girlfriends? Because you sound really narcissistic and toxic right now. Just saying.
And when you're looking at these situations when a girl breaks up with a guy and she's like, well, I want to talk about what I did wrong in the relationship first. When does that ever happen?
Never.
He was just the most awful tyrant, and she was just the innocent victim.
Angelic.
Holding it together for society.
She's got the halo and he's got the devil's horns, right?
And the reality is so far from that, because a lot of people are going to have trouble.
Do you notice how this sound is so choppy? For being professionals, they kind of suck. Not gonna lie. This sound is horrible.
With relationships, and there is a distribution of accountability for if a relationship goes south, and it's not 50-50. Sometimes men do more problems than women, sometimes women do more problems than men. But at the end of the day, going back to it, who is the one breaking up families in America? who is the one initiating these divorces. It's not men.
In the 37 years of my
It
life,
shows.
you've
Well, pause. Okay. So that was his video about him getting canceled, and he couldn't even make a whole video on his own. He had to take away a part of an interview he did with another channel. Now the guy who runs whatever podcast, he's also on this one. Here is the timestamp where you find out rather quickly that MLD can't handle a woman biting back at him. And it's a beautiful sight to see. And you see his anger levels rise. And they try to make an excuse for him, but it doesn't work. It's clear the reason why he really left. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. All right, let's watch this. This is called Modern Life Dating, challenged by 6 ladies, heated hookup culture debate.
Well said. MLD, last take.
I don't want a traumatized woman in my life.
I don't want a traumatized woman in my life. Because traumatized women are bad. Maybe that's why you went to Japan or something. I don't know. Because a lot of women get a lot of different trauma in their lives. Men do too, except for men normally don't recognize their own trauma because socially they were taught not to. They were taught to suck it up and get over it. Honestly, he sounds a little traumatized to me. Somebody must have broke his heart or something.
I don't want any history or trauma. I've dealt with those kind of fucking nutbags, and I don't ever want to deal with it ever again. I want to deal with a normal, mentally stable, healthy woman. So
You think does she get that out of you? Does she get a normal, healthy, mentally stable man? Because from what those DMs and that chat, that group chat you were in, that Abbott and Priest showed, you didn't sound very mentally stable to me. I'm gonna be honest. You didn't sound mentally stable at all, talking about bottling women, hitting them with a bottle. You didn't sound very mentally stable to me, talking about hitting women. That's not mentally stable there, guy.
Think you're normal? Exactly.
in what sense?
Well, do you think you have healthy habits?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Weren't you the same one who like fat shamed me like last week or so?
I don't know.
You think that's normal from a stranger to fat shame somebody?
I don't remember. Did I call you fat?
Okay.
Hold on. Let me fix the volume on this one and go down a little bit. All right, so she just busted him for fat shaming her. And then he gets busted by the girl in the background. All right, so I'm going to go back a little bit. Okay, here we go.
Fat shame me like last week or so?
I don't know.
You think that's normal from a stranger to fat shame somebody?
I don't remember. Did I call you fat?
Okay.
Don't do that. You know where you were in the chat. You knew you were in the chat. Don't do that on camera.
I don't know.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Look, he just got caught lying. All right, let's get back into let's stop worrying about that and let's get back into what we're talking about, okay, guys? Are we good now? Can we get back on subject, not worry about that anymore?
MLD, because you were in the chat with your checkmark name doing that.
What was I saying?
Listen, it's okay if you want to do those things.
I don't know.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Do that,
you have a
MLD, because
strange
you
way
were
of,
in the
like-
chat with your checkmark name doing that.
What was I saying?
Listen, it's okay if
He just got busted. He tried to lie and he got busted. But he's such an alpha male. He can't tell the truth. He tries to hide behind some shit. Get the fuck out of here.
You want to do those things, but own up to what you do.
What was I saying?
I mean, women are apparently like CEO of not taking accountability, but I mean, I guess you should change your pronouns because I'd say you're kind of in the same bracket when it comes to that.
Ooh.
All right, I'll get right on that.
And that's not masculine energy.
Just
masculine energy owns
High value
up
men. Remember, I told you that. Don't call people whore.
And there's Milena. There's Milena. Love me some. Listen, I have become a Milena fan. I am one of her biggest fans because she is chopping these dudes down left and right, and I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it. She's chopping them down.
Horse either.
I'm just saying. I mean, women can't handle criticism. I took that like a champ. That's fine. I'll take that. But I think you yourself as a man should probably work on that instead of saying that I don't want to traumatize women, because it definitely shows that
I don't want to traumatize women.
We don't want to traumatize men either. That's the
period. We don't want to traumatize man, and obviously you are a traumatized man because you have some kind of issue with women. It is absolutely crazy. I don't know if it's a mommy issue. I don't know if somebody told you your pee-pee was too small. I don't know if you got your heart broke. But either way, you have some kind of trauma against women, and all you do is project it.
It's a thing. So that's why it's easier to go to Japan and find the konnichiwa type of girl, because they're not going to debate with you. That's the problem.
That's right. They're just robotic female slaves in Japan. They have no personalities. They just say konnichiwa.
Yeah, sumisane, all that shit that you like. It's evident that you're used to women who don't check you when you're being irrational and way out of place.
Thanks for the whole synopsis on the 37 years of my life.
It shows.
Well,
age really doesn't mean to a lot of.
It does. It absolutely shows. It absolutely shows. You are literally a walking billboard.
People, it shows. Like, you could be, my grandma's 80 years old and still drives like shit. It doesn't matter how old you are. So I would have to say, you sound like somebody who really looks down on women with the way that, I mean, you even made a whole hit piece on that. I think that's weird.
I didn't make a hit piece on her.
This guy, you should really change your pronouns, because I could see that's not your best trait to actually own up to what you do. And I think that's really disgusting.
Why don't you?
Period. She's getting him. She is getting him so good. I am so proud of her. I am so proud of her. She's not being like one of them dumb girls that are sitting there like, oh no, I don't want to, I don't want to rock the boat. No, rock that boat, girl. Rock it.
You sit in your masculine energy and maybe just apologize for what you said. I think that that's very masculine. I think that's a great way, because I feel like, number one, in a war, everyone thinks they're right?
Yes.
So I think that right now is a great opportunity for you to show that men can be masculine and have feelings, and can also regress and think back about what they said. Maybe in the moment you said it because you got excited or whatever, and you were just in this phase of yours. But I think sitting here in front of her, you're talking about that you want this wife and this submissive person and all of this, but where's your respect towards women?
Yes.
And don't you run like an entire male empowerment thing? Like, I think that's important that people look up to you. And you know what's funny? I actually subscribed to you prior to you doing that, and I thought that was so out of pocket. And I was like, wow, like, people like you, respectfully to anyone that's listening, this is why I stepped out of the red pill space, because you guys are so quick to demonize women in the West. But mind you, all of these girls have been working since we were old enough to work. A lot of us have to retire our families. But instead of people seeing that, you guys demonize women for masculine traits when we're also working just like you. And I don't expect respect, but like, there was no beef, and it was so unnecessary. And I think it's...
Yeah, because he did it out of the blue because he thought he was being funny. He thought he was being funny, and now he's getting checked.
I mean, that's accountability that some people should take.
Hold on, let me speed this up a little bit. Hold on. I told y'all I was out of sorts.
But to each their own.
Yes.
Just saying.
So what are you upset that I called you fat?
This is upset. This is upset.
Clearly.
This is addressing.
Well, why don't you want to own up to what you said, though? Why are you denying?
What was it that was said?
If anything, we're kind of...
Oh, so all of a sudden, because a woman brings it up, she's automatically upset? I don't see her raising her voice. I see her staying very calm. You obviously don't know what an upset woman looks like. Or maybe it was an upset woman that broke your little heart. I don't know. But that's not upset.
Built the same, which is funny, dude. We're like...
You want to see upset? Hold my beer, yo. Hold my beer if you want to see upset. Because that is not upset.
I mean, come on, man. You can't be sitting there acting like we're like, oh, and I'm like, dude, honestly, that's so out of pocket in so many ways.
Well, how about this? Yeah. This came out of left field, but I don't know. I'm like tuned in right now. Like, I didn't know this was happening on my show, but here we go.
Let him own up to what was said and let him clear the room. If he misinterpreted,
ladies, hold on.
If we didn't understand, let him clear the air.
Guys, let me just host the show for a second. You're upset because why?
I think that, listen, criticism, sure, but be real and own up to whatever mistake you make. Because again, you are leading whatever.
What did I say? What is so upsetting? I don't get it. Why did you talk to me?
Is this chick supposed to be attractive? You do
you...
all this content and you comment all these things, but you don't remember what you do. But you have all the comments to be made.
No.
Oh, he got checked by the girl that's not even sitting on the couch. Oh, he's getting checked left and right.
It's okay. I'll just endure this like I should in an abusive relationship.
Okay, so MLD, what do you recall of this?
She brought back the endure statement. Oh my God, I love her. I stand her. I stand her. Yes.
I'm still waiting for that. Like, I don't get it. What was said that made you so upset?
This is the problem. So if we reverse the roles, if a woman addressed this, you're being emotional.
Not gonna answer the question.
There is nothing. I've
Why
said
don't
it like
you
5
answer the
times.
question?
I'm asking the question. Well, why are you so mad?
This is
She's
mad.
already said it.
Because
What are you
She's
saying that he called you fat and you're addressing
So
it.
just take accountability for it. Like, oh my bad, I was
Because
probably
he's
just slurring
talking
on
about
Hennessy.
women that they have to do X, Y, and Z and all this what they have to do, and you shouldn't, treat women badly because they have to submit to you. And in Tokyo or whatever, they're so feminine and this and that. But it's here, you come here, and when there's women are making valid points and there are respectable women, you come in the chat and you fat shame, or you go and make pieces about people, or whatever it is that you want to do. At the end of the day, all that's being said is that, listen, if you're gonna do those things, own up to it, and then make your point about it. If you're gonna do these things and you're not gonna own up to it, and then what's the point? You're just what, bullying people?
What's up with, like, there's no integrity in what you stand on. Like, nowadays, like, you're running a space where men stand on principles and honor, but like, you see someone's face and you completely dismiss the fact that that was disgusting. Like, disgusting. We're not in a Call of Duty lobby. Like, I don't know you. It wasn't like I've said something to you. I said anything to you. I've stepped out of the combative space at the red pill stop because of guys like you. And you prove my point to it. It's like, I don't know you. You don't have to do that, and that's fine. It's fine if I said, like, you're not my preference. I've never attacked you before.
Right.
I'm still waiting for what made you upset.
It's okay. Right now, we're gonna call you the delusional girl.
All right, how about I just...
And you can just stick
you
to
want
that.
to just leave? Because this is
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes.
retarded.
No, I will.
Why would you leave,
You're
though?
upset
Why
because...
would you leave?
Let's-
You literally are, you're an example
Can
for
somebody
men.
tell me what I
You're an
said that everybody's so
example for
upset
men.
about that I'm
That's
still
you
waiting
make
on?
content
What was the
for it.
example that, just
Okay,
to be clear?
I'll do the three. Was it three? Nah, I'm pretty sure it was. Is this chick supposed to be attractive? 1, 2, she's 40 pounds too heavy.
Yep.
XYZ, something about weight. I wouldn't listen to her. Like, you just went on a rant. It was like.
How do you know that that was him, though?
Because it was his name with the check mark in the
Do
chat.
you recall doing
Oh, because it was his name with the check mark in the chat. Damn, you better learn how to get an alt account, my guy. Hint for $4.99. They're all engaged now because he has to endure that verbal beating he's receiving. True, Hint. True. So he's in a YouTube chat. He's talking shit, and now he's trying to hide that he didn't talk it. You know, screenshots is a thing, right? And then the girl who's running things behind the scenes literally said he was in the chat with his check mark. You got busted, man. Just say you did it. Say you're sorry. Go and listen. Maybe I was drunk, or I was just trolling. I mean, that usually works, right? I was just trolling. I was just messing with you, or something. Don't sit there and try to act like you didn't do it. Like, what?
doing that?
I guess so. So
Okay,
you're
so
mad.
now
You're mad because I said
But
you're
you
40 pounds overweight. I'm on every chat. I'm in Fresh and Fit. You know how it is when you're a streamer. You're in all these chats. I did like 6 shows in the last 6 days.
So just say sorry. So just own up to being a piece of shit.
No. So I'm not. So first of all, I'm not a piece of shit.
You don't
So
think
talk
that's
to me
piece of
like
shit
that.
behavior?
Okay, don't talk to me like that. All right.
Melina just called him a piece of shit, and it was piece of shit behavior. I love it.
Secondly, all right, I said what I said. I do think maybe you were 40 pounds overweight.
Sure.
So what's wrong with that?
We can match each other's energy. All I had to say was you need to like own up to your shit because it's weird that you would
just
face
did.
me. Yeah, after like pulling teeth. Are you good?
No, after you talking over me and freaking
This
trauma
is
dumping
did I say
live
that?
on
I
the
know what I said.
show.
See,
She was not trauma dumping. She was not trauma dumping. It's trauma dumping when it's against you. When you're getting called out on your shit, then it's trauma dumping. Dude, have you ever heard trauma dumping? Have you actually ever really heard trauma dumping? That was not trauma dumping. That was calling you out on your shit. There is a big difference.
Pick these words and like you throw them on people. But if I acted the way you act, you would demonize me. If I literally attacked you the way you attacked me, if I said the things that's disrespectful.
And reminder, I have this on 1.25, so she's not really talking this fast.
If another man said the shit that you said to me, oh, that's fighting words. But yet a woman says it to you, oh, she's being dramatic, she's masculine, she's emotional. But
I didn't call you any of those
where's
things.
the vein coming out of my neck that I'm so triggered right now that, oh, she's mad? I think it's disgusting that you act that way. It's so like unattractive and not manly, but yet you sit here and shame women, oh, I can't wait to go back to Japan. I just think there again, you're leading a bunch of cows to follow you and you're like, yeah, this is how men should act. That's not how men in my family and in my life act. And it's so unattractive that you think that's normal. So you are part of the problem in the West is what I'm basically.
Marie Wood said he lives in Japan and yet doesn't speak a lick of Japanese. Destiny pointing that out. That's funny. That's hilarious, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's try to put a silver lining on this thing. This came out.
Christ.
How should he have acted, in your opinion?
We walked in the green room. All you had to do was say, hey, no hard feelings. I was just on the little juice a little bit. I was tripping. My bad. I would have been like, all right, bro. Like, all fair is war. It's fine. I would have dropped it. But the fact that you walk in the room, you don't address it, you sit here, it's like awkward. And I'm like, this is how, again, people like you want women to submit to this garbage nonsense. And you're, well, women are not submissive. Why would I submit to that type of activity? But again, this is showbiz. That's fine.
You're totally entitled to that. I'll give you,
I didn't even know who she is when I was in the waiting room.
That's the whole point.
Oh my God. You are meant for the camera, my friend. You are something else. You don't know who she was when you were in the chat?
No.
No.
In the
it's
camera?
fine.
In the back room?
No, it's okay.
All right, well, how about this?
Oh my God.
Was there anything you would like to take back or apologize? Whatever you
Busted. He got busted.
No, not after being treated like that. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna be talked down to by like some child that has no decency to communicate with me in a respectful manner.
It starts with you. What?
Okay.
How is she not respectful? Bro, she could have called you every single name in the book for being such a wimp, for being such a punk. And she didn't. How is she not respectful? What is it, not respectful to call you out on your shit? I'm sorry. You're not perfect no matter what you think in your own little brain. Are you kidding me? He is getting, yes, Medley. He is getting even more red. He's getting more and more red as time goes by. It is, yes, it sounds like copium. 100%. 100%.
Okay.
Man leads a relationship like that. You don't even have to be in
All
a
right,
general
all right,
space.
you guys are better than me. You win. Cool. Next question.
Amazing.
Please.
Anyway,
She's not talking down to you. She's
you guys good?
Amazing.
You guys good? All right. I had like 3 more topics to get to, but I'm sitting in the middle of this like, holy shit. Anyway, I hope you guys at least after the show can hug it out. I don't know if that's possible.
I got a hard out at 6. I told you.
Okay, we got to get you on. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this last segment. This came out of nowhere. This is live TV, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't expect that happening. But I hope you guys genuinely can figure this out after the show. No hard feelings. I understand where you're at. Natalia, final super chats. Let's get some winners and we'll go to the happy ending and we got to wrap up for today.
Okay, so I will go through. Let's see where to start. I'll start with the one on my screen right here. Bean Cheeks, I never subbed to.
Ow. Anyway.
And where the men, they end up lying in their cars and sitting on Earth for men at 40, self-destruction. Sorry, it was a little blurry when I took a picture. Then we have Redo.
Hold on,
Destiny.
guys. As we're doing this, production team, real quick, I know we're wrapping up. MLD literally has to go. He's not walking off. No. He said at 6 o'clock he needed to hard out at 6 o'clock right now. MLD, final words before you run off. I don't want to go out like this. Anything you would like to say before you do?
I got nothing to say. I'm out.
See? Look how mad he is. Look how mad he is. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. No, we're going to do it. We're going to do it again. Watch.
Really has to go. He's not walking off. No. He said at 6 o'clock.
Bullshit. He is walking off. Don't even lie. Do not lie for this man. Do not try to lie for this man. You know you are lying for this man. Do not do it. You're trying to cover up for your homeboy.
He needed to hard out at 6 o'clock right now. MLD, final words before you run off. I don't want to go out like this. Anything you would like to say before you do?
I got nothing to say. I'm out.
See? My point.
All right, brother.
Thank you. Sorry.
Of course, bro. Joey, let's make sure he gets out safely.
Let's make sure he gets out safely? Yeah, because, you know, he had to leave right at 6 o'clock on the dot. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Anyway.
And we're the ones that get our period.
Guys,
Exactly.
Listen, for the record.
Exactly. And women are the ones who get on their period, and women are the ones who can't take criticism, and women are the one. Bro, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. All right, so the next one is this one here. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up.
Destroy.
All right. So, on his media tour, he decided that he was going to go on this show. And this is where people are going to go off. This is called Explosive Hookup Culture Debate, Modern Life Dating versus Angela Knight, the lady that he was arguing with, and he walked off the show, and you know you walked off the show because you were mad. And he is on TSR, and TSR is going to talk to him. Another red pill manosphere dude. Wait till y'all hear this one.
Barbara, California right now.
Okay.
I'm flying out to Tokyo in the morning.
Good.
You know, I did the Whatever podcast, and then I did Fresh and Fit. You know, I was on McQueen's channel.
Good. Megan McQueen.
I did a really good show with Jedediah Vila, probably my favorite show on that tour, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Jedediah drives me. Jedediah was that redheaded woman, and she drives me absolutely insane.
Then I did Valuetainment Money, and then I did Brandon Carter. That was the last one I did, which was last night, Victory Talk, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, good.
So I've been on this tour, and then so last night, it was just funny. Like, this thing is a whole gigantic circus of idiots, really. So basically, they had me on the show, right? Sure. So they had me on Valuetainment Money, and I had already been going. I'm going viral.
Wait, Mikey Perk, he told you to come to Miami to fight? No. Are you serious? Are you serious, Mikey Perk? What? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my God. You tear him up. You tear him up with his soft self. He works out, but I bet you he don't know how to throw a punch.
Right now, for people they're misconstruing what I'm saying. They're saying that, like, I'm saying that if a woman is in a relationship and a man is physically beating her, she should endure these beatings continuously and try to make the relationship work. That's what they're saying.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's not what I meant. I don't think anybody in their right mind would go on the internet and say that with, like, you know, an audience of millions of people watching.
Well, what exactly did you say?
I just said that if there is one instance of, like, a physical strike from either party, I don't think that's a reason to destroy a relationship and destroy family. Like,
if there's one instance of a physical strike from either party, they should not leave the relationship. That is what he's trying to say that he said. First of all, no. Now listen, if that one strike happens and the couple gets together and they want to go through counseling or whatever and they want to fix it and work it, that's absolutely on them. I am not in the middle of their relationship. But if that person wants to leave after that one strike, 1,000%, they can leave. There is nothing shaming about leaving after somebody physically hurts you. Okay? There is nothing wrong. There is no shame in leaving after somebody physically hurts you. Like, bro. And that is not what you said on the podcast, sir. Milena literally asked if there's physical abuse. She didn't say one time, and you said endure. But if she cheats, crucifixion. I mean, get out of here, dude. Oh, under Willie's post of the Milena clip, I said I would like to make him endure some abuse. Someone tagged him and he said, I'm in Miami. Come. Oh, wow. Wow. Yes, getting hit is a valid excuse to leave. 100%, Queen Panda. 100%.
Okay, well, there you go.
People make mistakes. And, you know, and women should be rallying behind that because the majority of people who start domestic violence situations are women.
Absolutely.
They hit first. So anyways, I just said that you shouldn't destroy a family or relationship.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I can't with these guys, man. I can't. Listen. Plain and simple. I don't give a fuck who does what first. If you're hitting your partner, you shouldn't be with your partner. I mean, stop. These guys, these red pill guys, these manosphere guys, they literally blame everything on women. They literally blame everything on women. Literally. Like, I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. Holy shit. This is crazy. Yes, red pill equals incel pill. 100%.
If there was an instance of anger and one party hit the other, okay? And I'm not talking like fucking, you know, like Randy Couture, Tim Sylvia knockout, you know, in the first round.
Or Ray Rice.
Or hitting them with a bottle in the club? Do you mean that? Do you mean when you're hitting them with a bottle in the club and you catch an assault charge and you settle it out of court? Is that what you're talking about? Allegedly, of course. Are you talking about the picture that Abba said that he saw, which I haven't seen, so I can't, 100% say Abba saw it. But it was a woman with a scar on her face? Do you mean that? Do you mean about the assault charge that you're going through right now, allegedly? Do you mean that? Donovan Sharp, he truly has a sad, pathetic story. Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I've seen him a little bit here and there.
Just a human mistake, because everybody's just trying to pretend that we must live and we must deliver the perfect message. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, look, humans aren't flawed. Like people say, like,
no, y'all act like y'all are delivering the perfect message. Y'all literally are acting like you deliver the perfect message. Are you dumb?
They never have relationship trouble. They're fucking liars.
Oh, of course they are. Of course they are. Yeah, of course.
People saying like I never skip my diet or do this or there is like humans make mistakes. That's what happened, and that's all I said. So it was Destiny's wife, Melina.
Oh Jesus, an all-star panel, huh?
So she put out this one clip of me out of context, and then Moist Critical took it. The guy who looks like fucking homeless Jesus, and then
a lot of that going around.
And then fucking Abba and Preach, of course, because they got nothing better to do.
Jesus Christ.
They piled on. I haven't even watched the videos yet. I'm in too much good of a place mentally to even like fucking entertain that kind of shit. But
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Look how he rolled off. Who did those videos? And you tell me if you think he watched those videos.
Guy who looks like fucking homeless Jesus. And then a
lot of that going around.
And then fucking Abba and Preach, of course, because they got nothing better to do.
Jesus Christ.
They piled on. I haven't even watched the videos yet. I'm in too much.
Do you believe that? Do you actually believe he hasn't watched those videos? Do you really believe he hasn't watched those videos? You know he has. Homeless Jesus W's in the chat. Yeah, he watched every single one of them. He's such a punk, dude.
Good of a place mentally to even like fucking entertain that kind of shit. But even the fact that Melina put that content out and kind of started this gigantic multi-million view smear campaign against me. I saw her behind stage. I said, "Hey, it's me again from Whatever Podcast." I gave her a hug. She hugged me. I hugged her.
Oh, you guys were on the Whatever Podcast together, correct?
Yeah, with Destiny on that was the second show in my YouTube tour.
Okay.
We broke all records. Obviously, Destiny's a huge draw. I think we did 25,000 live viewers. I was there, and then
you didn't pull in 25,000 viewers. That's for damn sure.
People are haters. They're calling me like Walmart suit guy or something like that.
Walmart who?
Walmart suit. They're saying my suit is from Walmart.
Dude, it's so funny. That's what I love about trolls, man. They wouldn't know a suit if they saw one. Holy God.
You know, how much smearing are they actually doing when they're using your own words against you? Like, you literally said that, dude. There is no context before and after. That was literally, that short was the whole context of it. Because at first, she said abuse. And then y'all went on your little tangent about, emotional abuse. And then she clarified herself and said, physical abuse. And then that's when you said endure after she said physical abuse. My guy, you got busted. And you showed your true self. And you thought there was going to be no backlash. You played yourself.
I guarantee you, those guys have no idea who Loro Piana branded. Right? I guarantee
Dude, no idea.
I love my Loro Piana suits.
Hell yeah.
Dressing well is a thing of mine, and I always told you too, Robin. I said, hey, you know what? Any event you do, anytime I go on a tour, I'm just gonna wear a suit. So I just, no matter what, always look professional.
Yeah, you were looking clean. The last time we did Sascast together, you were clean as a motherfucker.
Yeah, and at the Conference of Masculine Excellence, that's the first place I actually got my suits tailored for.
Yes, that's
made
right.
Custom for your event.
Good, thank you. Thank you.
So, anyways, Melino's back there, right?
Notice how he's only talking about the criticism that doesn't involve the abuse allegations. Bingo, Miss Stripes. He's not bringing that up, though, right? He's only bringing up the endure part. He's not talking about the other stuff. Funny how that works, right?
So there could have been internet beef there, and I was just like, hey, what's up? And I was making fun of her. I was like, you're a fucking content farm. I wanted to call her content whore, but, she's a girl. We're, like, still acquainted. So I said, you're just a content farm. So then Gusty Juicy, what's that girl's name?
Goose Day Janice. Goose Day.
Goose Day. So Goose Day Janice, your best friend was
Oh,
backstage.
my God. Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, that chick is a walking false EPAR accusation. Oh, my God.
Well, she's in a relationship now. It's her longest ever. I think it's 6 months. So hopefully we'll get to the 1 year mark.
Awesome. Fingers crossed for Goose Day, man. Fingers crossed for her boyfriend, dude. God almighty.
She was, and here I'll talk. Here's female treachery 101.
Okay.
So I could have been.
Exactly, Mikey Perk. It doesn't matter the suit. It matters the man in the suit. 100%. 100%. And you know what? Some of the best men on earth don't even own a suit. They don't even own a suit.
Fucking dick to her. I kept it professional. I was like, hey, how's it going? I think I even gave her a hug. And I was just like, it was very friendly. It was very cool. And I was just like, hey.
Yeah, you're a better man than me. I wouldn't have said shit. I wouldn't have done shit.
Well, I just said, I told her, I was like, oh, you make fun of my friend Donovan Sharp. I know who you are. That's it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
Two girls that I could have had beef with behind scenes. But I'm a
You squashed it?
professional.
You squashed it?
I'm a grown man. I'm an adult, okay? So I saw this Asian girl and then like some really hot girl who lives in Canada. Were like just sitting down and just like looking at their phones and shit. I was like, all right, well, fucking, I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, they're always in their phone, right?
Well, I clearly walked in the room. They didn't look up. They didn't seem interested. I was like, fine, cool, whatever. So I just said hi to everybody. I saw the OnlyFans girl in the dressing room, and then we went on the show. So later on the show, it turns out this fucking Asian girl, her name is Angela Knight, and apparently she's a former subscriber of mine. And so
wait a minute. Why did you say? How do you know she's a former subscriber of yours?
Oh, she told me.
Yeah, and so. And this is what you and I talked about off the air, and you probably get this a lot too. Anytime someone either says with their mouth or puts in the comments, I used to be a fan or I used to be a subscriber, but because you did or said X, Y, and Z, I'm no longer a fan. John, that is 100% bullshit. It's all cap. Dude, it is never, ever the case. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make you think that the one thing you did caused them to unsubscribe. So they're indirectly really trying to control what you do. If I tell him I unsubscribe because of X, Y, Z, maybe then he will stop doing X, Y, and Z. It's always from a place of disingenuosity, if that's even a word.
Yeah, well, I mean, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm
brain dead. This is all brain dead. This is absolutely Brendan. Clearly, this man peaked in high school. 100%. I know. I'm waiting for him to say I endure. Also.
I don't know, man. I've kind of like turned this new leaf in my life where I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, and it's
you're in a good.
So far.
I gotta tell you, man, you're probably in the best mental space you've ever been in, because, dude, you and I, listen, let's just keep it real. We're fucking head cases, John. Like, dude, we've been through some shit. We've done some shit.
Yeah,
we're not quite right in the head. It is what it is. But what we have to realize, I guess at this point, is that it sort of comes with the business, right? Like, it just kind of and you can never really get used to the hate. You can just kind of deaden the nerves.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, you know what? It is what it is. I am who I am. I don't hurt people. Like,
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? You 100% sure about that? You don't hurt people? Huh.
You just gotta be a little crazy to be as successful as we are. You know what I mean? But I'm not. Man. I'm not like a vicious animal or anything. You know?
No, of course not.
Not like this chick. So anyway, so we're on the podcast and like. It's just Melina's talking over everybody and like talking over the host, and Adam at one point like, "Hey, this is my show. Work with me." And so
why didn't he? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you continue. Go ahead. My bad.
No, he called her out. You're gonna see on the show because she was talking to everybody. So,
Good.
So she was kind of draining the energy out of the room. You can see at one point, like I just put my head like this, and I'm like, I'm mentally checked out. I did 5.5 hours of Fresh Fit the night before.
Woo!
Like,
God damn,
there was no, there was no real like dialogue happening. All these girls were trauma dumping. So I was just sitting there. So anyway,
were those girls trauma dumping? Were they trauma dumping? No, they were holding him accountable. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing.
I have to leave at 6 p.m. because the Valuetainment studio is in Fort Lauderdale, and Brandon Carter lives right by Biscayne Boulevard.
Oh.
So you have to, and it was a Heat game too that day. So I had to drive down. It takes about an hour. Luckily, I had a Lamborghini.
Oh, nice.
And I had fucking.
You see what I'm talking about with these manosphere guys? They literally live to impress the dudes, and sometimes I feel like they're not even getting strange for many women. I feel like they're literally living just to impress other dudes. Like, thankfully, I had a Lamborghini. Who cares? Who cares about your Lamborghini? Who cares?
I had to drive down. It takes about an hour. Luckily, I had a Lamborghini.
Oh, nice.
And I fucking was flooring it down, and I was able to make it to Brandon Carter. So I had a hard out at 6 o'clock. So I think about like 5:55. It's the 1 hour and 50 minute mark on the Valuetainment money. Angela is like, tells me, she started asking me like, do you have healthy habits or something? I was like, yeah, you fucking fat bitch.
The fuck you right, like healthy habits. The fuck are you talking about, bitch? I'm rich.
Now he just called her fat again. My other T-shirt is a Lambo.
Rich, man. Like, I'm rich. Of course I got healthy habits. What the fuck are you talking about?
Habits. I didn't even know what she was getting because I didn't know who this girl was the whole time. So she says something, and then Natalia hates me, and Natalia is probably the mastermind behind all of this.
Natalia,
because
she's such a useless bitch.
Natalia's just mad because she's maybe fallen into the fat girl category a little bit soon herself.
Yeah, she has. She is starting to pack on the pounds, isn't she?
Oh yeah, just wait for the guy to show up that she's waiting for.
Hey man, she'll pull that fat bomb. She'll pull the.
You see, they're fat shaming her again. Oh, but he didn't fat shame her in the chat though, right? He didn't fat shame her in the chat though, right?
On the fat bomb.
We'll see what happens, but
So Natalia's behind this.
So Natalia and her, they start talking, and it sounds like they planned this because.
Yes, Iko. Yes, Iko. I see you saying my name. What's up? What's up, Miss Iko? I feel like you sent me something. I need this link and timestamp. Oh, yeah, I got you. I'll send it to you. No problem. No problem. I will send it to you.
She was like, you wrote some comment in the YouTube section because I guess Angela was on Valuetainment Money, right? So here's the thing. Throughout my day, I go in your chat, I go in Roller's chat, I go in everybody's chat, and I just fucking troll, right?
Yes, you do.
Now he's saying he's trolling. How come he couldn't tell her right there on stage? I was just trolling. I was being an asshole. I was just trolling. It's not like people don't troll. People troll all throughout this community. You were just trolling. Okay, why couldn't you say that? But now you're saying it. Oh, wait. Now since you're talking to a man, you can say you're just trolling. Why? Because you're a little bit too intimidated to talk to a woman. That's probably why you're in the fucking manosphere in the first place. Because the only people you can talk to is men, and you don't know how to talk to a fucking woman.
Oh, yes, you do.
It's fun. I like being a shitlord with the chat, and you fuckers in the chat know you like to be shitlords too. So don't act like fucking.
It is quite fun.
You don't act like.
Uh-oh. Did the Matrix get ML?
Okay, we saw enough of that. Y'all got what kind of an asshole he is. Complete and utter dirtbag. I'm thinking about looking into his stuff more. Yeah, he's a dirtbag. He reminds me of when a teenager gets in a fight and the story gets bigger and bigger, and the more something. Find out the fight was a shove and the teacher broke it up in a minute flat. Yeah. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Let me go ahead and send this to you. This is Aiko. It's going to be right at the beginning, and you can just scroll a little bit until he pops up on the screen. You'll see it. It's right at the beginning of this video, so I don't really have to timestamp it for you. Hold on. There you go, ma'am. And as you can see on the thumbnail, it's literally that dude and the girl that was giving him hell, which she rightfully did. Yeah, I know. I just heard Tiller. I already heard about that. Yeah, he doesn't know what trauma dumping is. Yeah, no problem, Micah. So, all right. So the next one. Instead of pulling up all the tweets, thank God for Bowblax. Okay? All I'm going to say is thank God for Bowblax. Because Bowblax, of course, comes with all the receipts. So we're just going to cheat. We're going to cheat and we're going to use Bowblax's video. Okay? Just to let you know. Alright? So Illuminaughti has come back with this thread of idiotic tweets. Okay. And then, from what Wonder is saying, some other stuff happened. So, no, I don't want to watch it, Tiller. Thank you.
So after the complete decimation of Illuminaughti's credibility from her former friends and employees Wonderstruck and The Click, she has now lost well over 170,000 subscribers, and even her sponsors are starting to drop her.
Okay, I don't know if he reads this one, but we asked nicely that you stop doing ads with this evil person. Okay. This person here is an idiot. She gave her mom cancer, for God's sakes. I don't know what that's about. And post people's suicide letters online. And they say, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We have stopped working with this creator and will not be working with them in the future. I don't understand the whole mom cancer thing. I don't understand how she gave her mom cancer. That's brain dead. That's brain dead. Like, how are you going to... It's bad enough you're going to a sponsor, all right? I don't believe in it. Don't do it, all right? It's bad enough you're going to a sponsor. But you're going to the sponsor with, she gave her mom cancer? Like, what? She gave her mom cancer, literally. Ugh. Apparently other people brought it to their attention prior to this comment, which is why... Well, yeah, obviously, Risk. I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't go through it just as one comment.
Which, of course, out of everything, that loss of income would be the catalyst to Illuminaughti attempting to make another response to these criticisms that have been levied against her. Yesterday, she tweeted out, "Hey everyone, I am fully aware of the recent false allegations that have surfaced. I want to take a moment to publicly state that I am taking these allegations seriously, and am committed to rectifying the situation promptly and appropriately. I understand the..."
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to figure out. What does... And committed to rectifying the situation promptly and appropriately. What does that mean? Does that mean she's coming out with another video?
The concerns and potential impact that these false allegations have caused. My team and I are actively working behind the scenes to...
And what false allegations is she talking about? She's got to be coming out with a video. She's got to be coming out with a video.
Gather all relevant facts. I am committed to transparency and accountability throughout this process.
Are you, though? You haven't been committed to transparency or accountability since SFTP times. You haven't been transparent about shit or held accountable about shit since SFTP. Are you kidding me?
Rest assured that I am taking decisive action to address the situation. I will provide updates and communicate any necessary actions as soon as possible. Thank you to those who are standing by me during this challenging time. I will not allow these false allegations to be weaponized as a way to silence my voice.
What allegations are false? What allegations are false?
I appreciate your patience and understanding during this challenging time. I am dedicated to upholding my channel's values and delivering on our commitment. I am confident that the truth will prevail. Sincerely, Blair's on. Internet Anarchist responds to her by saying, you really should have taken the Sunny V2 approach of ghosting the drama and continuing with usual uploads. Chris the Narc responds, no, let her cook. Funnier. Leafs Matrix says, ratio time, everybody. Success. The joy of ratioing those who deserve it. Let's fucking go! Bobu Senchan says, this sounds so PR. I'm sure at least 10 people working in PR wrote these statements. This doesn't sound human. It sounds so corporate.
Yep. Oh, yes. Okay, you notice how it says working on PR wrote these statements? All right, so tomorrow night on the broadcast, we're going to go over Mitch's video. And Mitch brought up a very good point about that. So make sure to watch the broadcast, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. We're going to be going over Mitch's video, which was really good. And he brought something up that made sense on why it sounded the way it did.
Also, was it also fake the suicide note you posted on your 1.5 million YouTuber followers account? That for me was the worst part, and you yourself posted it. D. Bernard Rivers says, nope, too late. Not even sure how you turned up in my feed. I've stopped Patreon, unsubbed, and now apparently muting you. You need to fix yourself before you can rectify. But those words are lost on someone like you. Philo says, didn't you share someone's no mass living note within your supposed apology video? Naomi says, this is the most dramatic way of saying nothing at all that I have ever witnessed. AC says,
it was literally word salad. It was literally word salad in thread form.
Can I have $5? To which Leafs Matrix responds, please give this person $5. FPS Diesel shows this image where someone asks for the source, and Illuminati responds, it was revealed to me during my psychotic break. Chase Eglin says, problem is, Blair, you can't call them false allegations anymore. Click and Wonderstruck both provided receipts and evidence to support their claims.
Yep.
This isn't something you can slap a false allegations label onto and expect everyone to go along with it. Flashing Pondu says, a challenging time is when your former boss weaponizes your own mental health against you for the whole world to see. You are not the victim here. You are a seriously vile person. Take time off, get help, and never hold other people's mental health against them again.
Period.
Deeschurger73 says, laughing my fucking ass off. Diane Lay says, you mean all the evidence that others posted that included your evidence, contradicted your evidence, and showed who was the real issue? Let me guess. It's taken a month for lawyers to tell you it's not libel/slander if true, and for you to fabricate information? Leia Something says, false. Right. Ansley says, just to check, you were the one who published one of your friend's suicide notes, right? That's not an allegation. We all saw you do that.
Exactly.
Alex says, why do you copyright strike re-uploads of this video?
Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Girls don't talk about their shit, their poop.
I love how he inserted this in it. I love it.
Poops, right? Well, I'm gonna talk about my poops because this is a story about poop. So I had this guy that came over for the weekend for my birthday. We drank a lot, we ate a lot.
I love how Bowblax was able to put it in there and it went with the tweet. It went with the tweet. Yes, Bowblax, poop emojis in the chat, everybody. Poop emojis in the chat.
A lot of bad foods, unhealthy, junk foods, whatever. And I didn't drink enough water. We decided we were all gonna go out to breakfast to go get some food. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I need to go to the bathroom real quick. And you just thought you were going there to piss, and then all of a sudden you're shitting out Mona Lisa's arm. And you're like, I don't know what happened.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Happened here, but here we are. So I've never had this problem before, and it was a big fucking turn. This thing.
Okay, we've already seen the poop video. It's okay. We've all seen it. Okay, hold on. Let me get past it. Hold on. Okay, this next one's really good.
My legs, I feel disgusting now because there's baby arm turd on there. There's baby arm turd in the plunger itself.
Twink Spring 27 responds to Illuminati by sharing this clip from one of her videos and saying, just as you said, Blair.
When something as horrible as this happens, people always come out and admit fault and tell the horrifying truth of their continued negligence and malpractice, right? Yeah, you're right, that never happens. What am I thinking? Instead, they usually do their best to hide everything and blame anyone but themselves, and wouldn't you know it, that's exactly what happened here too.
Oh, Blair. A little bit of foretelling there, huh?
Donnie says, in this episode of Corporate Casket, where we cover a boss when attempting to make an apology video, she put an ex-coworker's suicide note out there for the world to see, and put him in a position where he was forced to talk about his personal trauma. Let's investigate. Cherry says, I've always wanted to ratio an abuser. Bob Vid says, dunno, but this reads like a lawyer wrote it, and potential impact of these false allegations? My team and I are actively working behind the scenes to gather all relevant facts, taking divisive action to address this situation? I think she's prepping to sue. Popilled says, this was so written by ChatGPT, laughing my fucking ass off. Rel says, community Notes has the opportunity to do the funniest shit ever. High Progressive says, when I'm in a being an abusive narcissistic competition and my opponent is Illuminati. Brianna Wu says, respectfully Illuminati, it's very difficult to imagine what information you could put out that makes you look good from this point. You'd be smart to stop doubling down, admit mistakes, and vow to address it with your audience. This is not going to end well.
True. It's not going to end well. Illuminati, listen, I agree. I think she should, instead of putting out the bullshit she put out, she should have just did like Sunny B2 and just uploaded and not said anything about it. She's an idiot. But her problem is narcissism. She always has to be, I don't know if it's narcissism, but her problem is she always has to be right. She always has to be right.
Turkey Tom says, this better be good. Omni says, yo, she's tripling down! Repsion says, if you cared about transparency, why did you intentionally leave out conversations and information when you made your video which was countered by additional evidence of folks you made the accusations about? Mudhar says, I'm glad I wait on these things now. Been wanting to cover this. The Nerd Plant says, false allegations, laughing my ass off. Get the fuck out of here. Silence triangle. Kevin Logan says, so she's gonna investigate herself to see if she has anything wrong? Cregan's quote tweets Illuminati by showing this picture of a very innocent looking girl from Ace Attorney and saying, hey everyone, I am fully aware of the recent false allegations that have surfaced. I want to take a moment to publicly state that I am taking these allegations seriously, and I'm committed to rectifying the situation promptly and appropriately.
Oh my god.
Hetty Page says, tripling down is actually wild. Barbarism Critic says, I don't know, someone you're living in context to be says, I think you should apologize that video. No false And then just as I was editing this video,
here we go.
I am a decent human being. Sensitive Society says, get fucked. And then just as I was editing this video, some crazy news came out from Wonderstruck who said, Blair aka Illuminati just sent me a cease and desist for speaking out against her abuse. I will not be silent.
Okay. One thing I want to say about that, he did not show the cease and desist. So the only thing we can do is say allegedly with that. Okay? Because we do not know for a fact that she did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't see any proof. You can't say, yes, I 100% believe unless you see a proof. You know what I mean? So allegedly, she sent Wonderstruck a cease and desist.
The Click responds to this by saying, English isn't my first language, but this is an odd translation of taking accountability. One topic says, no way. Nicholas Diorio says, laughing my fucking ass off, she's so predictable. The Kind Kitten says, if you ever need a lawyer, maybe hire Legal Eagle. Oz Media says, Blair, a leftist, is basically threatening Wonderstruck with a slap suit. And
now, Oz Media was in, Tipster's chat, and he also included, oh god, who else? It was Nick, him, and I think Tommy. Supposedly she might be trying to do cease and desist with them also. I don't know. So, Oz Media is making a video. Good. Can't wait for it to come out.
Oz Media says, Blair, a leftist, is basically threatening Wonderstruck with a slap suit. And now this tweet is a week old and not related to her recent statement, but I find it funny that Non on Twitter found a makeshift Illuminati plush at a thrift store for $2.99. So even the biggest Illuminati fans, who were dedicated enough to her as a content creator to buy her plush, have started to give it away out of disappointment for her behavior. I just find that so hilarious. Anyway.
I think it's hilarious too. And it looks still brand new. Look at it. It looks like it's still in shape, you know what I mean? Nick Bowblax and Tommy. Yeah, I have the screenshot also. I just didn't have it available. But yes, Nick Bowblax and Tommy. Thank you, Agent. I appreciate that. Because I couldn't remember if it was Tipster also, but they were in the chat and they said that. Yeah.
As Illuminati said in her statement, she will be addressing all of this. So I'm sure whenever that happens, there will be a lot more people goofing on her on Twitter, which I, of course, will compile into a video for all of you guys to see right here. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe to this channel with notifications on. If there's any other...
Yeah, Bowblax. You called me old the other day. And you said I'm part of the Menudo War, which I am not. Sir. Bowblax needs to take accountability for that. Yeah, not even $3.50. Yep. Dave should get one so he can punch hers, not Bowblax's. Yeah. Bowblax being shady, talking about the Menudo War. Sir, I'm gonna need to get yourself correct. He does call me old every day, but you know what though? I don't mind it. Because if Bowblax didn't like me, he wouldn't pick on me so much. He's told me that I don't know how many times, so it's okay. Because I like Bowblax. Bowblax is a good dude. I really like him. So, I can't stand Menudo. You will not ever catch me eating Menudo. No. No, never. I'm sorry. I have a thing about eating cow stomach. Not doing it. Not doing it. All right, so that's the end of today's streams. So, any last questions, comments? Xylie, go fuck yourself or anything like that? Thank you, Risk. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here. And, you know what? Don't be like those manosphere guys. And keep that shit real. Peace out.
Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.